Hello, everyone. Good morning and welcome to today's market color. We'll be looking at the US equities markets as US30, NAS100, and S&P 500. How those markets are behaving this morning, an opportunity we could take advantage of. All right, very quickly, I'll be sharing my screen and you will be looking at the chart. But briefly, kindly do well to share your screen, wherever to share the link, to share the link of the Zoom meeting wherever you're joining from, either from YouTube or from Zoom, right? So please ensure you share your screen, so your links, I mean to say. Okay, the chart is loading this morning. We've been seeing a kind of sell-off across board on US30, and the rest of the equities, pair. But then I believe strongly the sell is going to, it's part of the big plan, right? Why do I say so? On Tuesday, we did some analysis and then wanted to buy from some specific areas, right? And if price is going to come into those areas, we have to see a sell-off. I believe that is what is happening in the market as we speak, right? Price is trying to prepare for the huge, okay, give me a minute. All right. On the daytime frame, we are what? We are bullish, right? Although price closed and then closed below the high, closed below the previous high, which is still fine. Now, what are we seeing here, right? There are two things I'm seeing from this zone. I see this area that's not been mitigated, which price can come into, act it out last week, or earlier this week, or this second zone, right? Which price can tap into, and then we'll see continuation. See a continuation of the market, right? We need on the 1 hour time frame. This is what it looks like. By the time we refine the chart setup, right? So price breaks structure here and creates multiple levels of what internal liquidity that has been swept, and then we're waiting for price to tap into this and continue, right? If this fails, then we look at the second setup, which is also very valid. That is buying from this fair value from the other block. This is 1:9. 1:9 properly, if done properly, 1:9 setup, and then this other one will give us probably 1:4, 1:3, right? However, by the time we refine even the more, we're going to see quality setups in the market. So this is what I have looking at. This is what I have on US30. Let me see on 15 minutes. Probably we could get a more refined entry in the 15 minutes. Okay, more refined entry. That will most likely be this zone, but it has been captured already. Has been captured, right? Has been captured. So there's nothing really significant again remaining. Okay, except we want to now refine to this other block, right? Want to refine to this other block, and then we do 1:10. We do like 1:10, which is also quite significant. And so this is one thing that could happen. We have 1:10 trade here, price, pushing from this zone. But then if that fails to happen, then we have another trade opportunity here. This is another other block which price could, push from. This is quite significant. This is almost 1:13 or so. Okay, 1:11, right? 8.87, 10.87, equivalent of 1:11, right? So these are two areas that are really worthy of we putting our money and then taking a bet on the market. The first one is 1:10, second one is 1:10.8, which is still valid. I mean, if any of them move the way we're expecting it to go, then it's a good day for us in the market. All right. So looking at US100, US100, which is the NASDAQ, is also what? Also delete. It is what has recovered from all of its sales we had last week, and then prices pushing back, attempting to break the previous high, and then we've seen a sell-off into this fair value gap. Price tap into this fair value gap, tiny fair value gap, and it's doing what? It's pushing again to the upside, which is kind of interesting. I mean, however, on the 1 hour time frame, in the 1 hour time frame, we see that nothing much is even happening here that would send price to the upside. The only thing we have here on the 1 hour time frame is this fair value gap, which price in the way I've tested, right? Price in the way I've tested this fair value gap, and then below here I will have considered this another block, but then let me just consider it on the 2 hour time frame. This other block here, we could see a bullish movement from this other block. The price is going to come into this and then send it to the upside again. That's a possibility in this market because of what we currently have going on. But the market is bullish, and then this looks like a sweep. There's a sweep of liquidity here, a break of structure to the upside. The only area here can be these, okay. This could also serve as a very good reference point, this fair value gap. So price can actually tap into this and start reacting for the 0.5% level of the fair value gap to the upside, or really dig into the other block, and we'll see some significant price movement to the upside from this part of the market. All right. Very briefly, let's look at S&P 500. We have almost the same analysis on this pair because they are correlated. Also on the daily time frame, we see that they are extremely bullish, and then attempting to break the all-time high. Then you come down to 4 hour time frame, you see that we only have some levels here that are good reference points. There's a sweep here, there's a break, shift, just a shift of market structure, yeah. Sweep, liquidity sweep, shift, right? And then we have fair value gap. So I'll prefer this kind of setup in the market, and then we mark all of this. This will just be I want to stretch it. One is to say 3, right? 1:3, kind of trade setup. Actually, this is an objective target. This is the objective target for this trade. This is an objective target for this trade. 2.3, but then stretching it 1:3. The 1:3, this 1:3. Okay. So there are still possibility of price moving even further when we see a break of structure. Right? So this is what I'll be looking out for this morning. And then if price is going to come to this zone, that means there will have to be a sell-off. Right? There will be a sell-off from this into this, and then we'll continue. Right? Let me see if they are okay. There aren't no nothing juicy for the sell-off. So you are safe to say that when price come into this zone, we should expect like a push to the upside, right? We should expect like a push to the upside, and that would send price significantly to to the upside again. One thing to be careful of is news release, right? Especially whatever Trump is saying. So ensure you follow Trump on Truth Social so that you can track what he's saying, because whatever he says actually can tank this market or even send it to the upside without getting to our area of interest. We've seen that happen over and over again, so we cannot be ignorant of that, right? While you're trading S&P 500 and US30 and NASDAQ, you want to keep tabs on whatever Trump is tweeting or whatever is posting on Truth Social, which is a social media platform. So we can now say, okay, if what he's saying is looking as though there's going to be a strife or an issue again with China or any other country, then you want to be relaxed, or you don't want to over leverage on your buy position, right? And if what he's saying is pro America, pro trade peace instead of trade war, then we should be looking at, you know what, scaling up our buy position. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining this session this morning. It's quite interesting. We'll be coming back again by 2 p.m. in the afternoon to look at the market. By that time, we're looking at the commodity market. We'll be looking at what is happening in the commodity market and also how we can leverage opportunity in the commodity market. Very quickly, my colleague will be coming up. That's Abigail, to do our session on commodities, right? Before we wrap it up for today, right? My colleague will be coming up very shortly to do a side of commodity market, and then we'll call it a wrap for the day. All right, guys. Please ensure you stay tuned, and we'll see you again by noon. All right, guys. Once again, apologies for the delay. We'll be meeting again by 2 p.m. My colleague is unavoidably absent for this session. We're not having the commodity session now. We will continue by 2 p.m. for commodities, and we'll get all the analysis needed on that asset class, right? On those asset class, then even opportunities for us to take trade in the market. All right, thank you so much for joining. I wish you all a profitable trading. Cheers and God bless, guys.